Geez, okay, we got a couple more questions. I'll get back to this. Do you wear makeup? If so, what kind? You are pretty.
He's
No, it
actually
isn't.
a girl, so
Yeah, it
it's
isn't
it's really
Maybelline.
good.
I am born with it. So
Keck.
no, it's all natural.
Double keck. Many burr.
Um,
Don't even care.
are you going
Wow,
to
the
implement
Saculus.
more?
I'm done. I'm out.
Uh,
Later. I'm out.
hey man, got beaten fair and
Nope.
square.
Nope. Scumbagulous. GG game. You made a better Flame Dawn deck than I did. GG. Oh man.
That brutality though.
Yeah, that 28 completely useless biker.
Are you go? Okay, so Fairy asks, are you going to implement more tournament modes as to allow old blocks and sets to stay in relevance among the players? No one likes feeling the loss of a value with rotation, and this can be a way to alleviate that. Yes, we do plan on eventually having things like Core, which is only Infinity Wars, but any Infinity Wars cards, Core tournaments in which you will be able to use all of the different cards.
The Saculusing,
So
the
yeah.
Saculusing 3, the ultimate Saculus.
Got sacked, bro.
I got
Okay, so
sacked.
Varroy
It's
the Lone
time for a
King.
GI deck.
Can you explain the counterplay possibilities you see in the current version of Varroya? Every time I see the card played, or I play it myself, the Varroya player stalls for tons of turns, and then pulls out Calamity or Oblivion, and then steals all the tempo back. No one I've talked to has felt this card is interesting in its current state. While it can be countered by location removal, it's not an interesting strategy to counter with. There are almost no other location cards that you can't simply play around without the need of faction removal. Well, I'd actually say that there are quite a few other location cards that you can't really do anything about. Like, for example, the Corrupted Forest, the Warpath locations that grant the opponent, like, that grant the player health and, resource and all the rest of that. A lot of location cards are counterable simply through location removal. Varroya is definitely something that we're looking at possibly giving a slight mana cost to, like maybe a 1 or a 2. But we don't know if that will really sort of do anything. We definitely like Varroya more now than what it used to be, from a design perspective and honestly from a power perspective. But we do understand that a lot of... See, the thing with Varroya is Varroya a lot of the time is played much like what's it called, Hunter Dragon used to be played. So we released Hunter Dragon with people are gonna play the mind game between this, that, and the other. No, they just deflected. They just completely got rid of the negative that was inherent to the card by creating a combo, and that's fine. And a lot of people play the new Varroya like that, in which they place it down and they're like, well, I'm going to activate it because I can afford to lose 10 health this turn. What we're more leaning towards doing to sort of address Varroya, not that we really feel we need to address it, is nerfing things like Oblivion in that super stall and really bringing to light this self-sacrificial ability of Varroya to nuke you down by nuking themselves. This will make losing 10 health to Varroya much of a bigger issue and much more of a price to pay, as with right now, if you don't get that initial rush in, they can stall for quite a decent amount of turns.
Let me see if there were any questions in chat.
Oh, we got some more here. Being a
Reveal.
newer player and staple cards. When newer players join the game, we tell them to play through the campaign and gain campaign starter decks to help along. However, with the introduction of the order set, a lot of staple cards that fix or help particular factions with issues will be available. However, these cards obviously won't be available to newer players. Is this going to be an issue, or will newer players just have to tank through the pain of players without staple cards? Um, Bit of a tricky one in this, um, because the meta itself isn't really designed for newer players, uh, and it's not something that we really like want to force in terms of education and availability to newer players either. Um, we are okay with having a newer player come into the game, play the campaign, learn what a faction's about, all the rest of it, then go into ranked if they want to, go into ranked and be like, oh man, I got killed by this Mad Monk deck, what can I do about this Mad Monk deck? Then go and do a little bit of research and discover that these cards are now available to them, and then go and purchase those cards and then come back into ranked with that. And like, there is a bit more of a learning process there, but we're okay with having that learning process and that personal development within the game. So we are okay with that, and we don't feel that every time we release a new set of cards that particularly addresses the meta, that we really need to directly educate the player as to these changes every time. Swarmers, are you going to have a Swarmer version of Enya so that all the factions of Swarmers at once? James?
What was the question? What'd I do?
Are you going to have a Swarmer version of Enya so that we can have all factions of Swarmers at once?
Yeah, I'll show it on stream. It's already
Cool.
been
Okay.
shown a little bit, so let's...
There you go. Yes,
Un
we have
momento.
one. Yes, it's in order. Yes, Swarmers are so going to be a thing. Sweet
Un
Jesus, help
momento.
us all.
Un momento.
Gonna have some more Krispy Kreme.
Gross.
So crispy, so creamy.
No, I don't want to delete it. Where's the new button? Where's the new button? Let's rename.
For all of those who are wondering why buttons don't have text and why awkward text has placeholder names, it's because we're currently modifying the client to be able to support multiple languages.
You know what?
So Infinity Wars may be in your local language if you don't speak English eventually.
No, that's not working, Kitsune. The show all thing. I know. Is the first one new? Is it? Okay, it is. Alright. So let's get rid of that. There we go. So that's a thing. It's still going under balance considerations, obviously, as everything in this set is. But that is a thing. It is a thing. Then, yeah, I'm gonna reveal the other one. I'll do the other one.
The other one's the crazy one.
Yeah, I'll do the other one. No, trust me, I know, Mick. Guys, stop. I know. I'm showing them this, and then I'll show them the one that he's looking for. Yeah, I'll do the other one. Let's do it. Dun, 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 dun. It's factionless, right? Dun, there it is. Again, going under balance considerations.
Alright, so we've got a question here. Since the sleepers are being phased out, does this mean the battlefield will be phased out as well? Is it possible current faction could get the new battlefields and or completely new battlefields? Okay, to start with the faction-based battlefields that are played simply when you play the cards, will stay in the game forever. Obviously, if you're still playing sleepers, you'll get the sleeper default. As for the premium battlefields that are themed around sleepers, I'm not sure how we're going to treat those. I've got a feeling that the themed premium battlefields are always going to be purchasable, regardless of if the faction they were themed around is no longer played. So you'll always be able to get those battlefields, and we're always trying to create more when we can find development
Ricochet, please tell me that's not a joke.
time.
Please tell me that's not a joke and that's actually happening in game right now. I I need to know this. It's for the good of my soul.
Yeah,
Oh man.
with the addition of the Broodlord, a lot of previous swarmers are going under review.
Yes.
So
Excellent.
they're not going to be insane.
That's awesome. I'm pretty happy about that. Correct, Pixel. You cannot have any junk in your deck. Swarmers and
No,
only
you
swarmers.
can't have abilities. You can't have anything that isn't an insectoid. You want swarmers, you going to have just swarmers and nothing else.
Yep. Deal with it.